Hey YouTube, just showing some of the work that I'm going to do on this cage. This is a cage that I'm re-welding for some friends of mine. They bought it used off Craigslist. Apparently it was for ferrets. Pretty rusty, as you can see. The feet are all busted off. There's little work that needs to be done to the latch. As you can see, the over travel is busted off. This is what the doors look like. And you can see you can put the cage is upside down, so you can put the feed and water in here, and then you have a simple latch. But what they want to do is get rid of these, so it's just a solid 4 sides. And here we have the other feedy door. As you can see, this one actually had 2 welds on the support beam. And what I had to do was cut through the top one, because that one's actually got a pretty heavy weld on it. But that gave me the flexibility to bend the rod out and snap the weld, which is actually preferable to cutting it, because it's very easy to just grind this flush and paint it. I'm going to pull this tab off, do a little rosette to fill in this hole, and then finish grinding this off flush. Okay, this is one of the holes for the lock on the door. Ground all the rust out. All it was a simple sheet metal screw that they screwed in. I've ground it out and I've tapered it so that the weld can get in there instead of just balling up on the surface. The hinges, which you can't barely see, are really small, real lightweight. They're not very strong at all, and they're just held in with a couple of spot welds. Another problem is that the latch is basically just a barn door style. They want to be able to lock this. So what I'm going to do is cut the weld off, take this plate off, and stretch it out here so that they can run a lock through here and lock it in place. Another problem is that the spot welds broke, so I'm going to have to re this corner of the door. Okay, here we got the latch. I got the welding and grinding pretty much finished. As you can see, this part comes out the way I wanted it to. I'm debating whether or not to drill a hole so that it's a dedicated matching hole for a padlock. I'll wait to see what the owner wants. If they do, it's not a problem. But this part's done. Okay. I got the tab welded on, and I've got it on 3 sides plus the back. So that's not going anywhere. I also reinforced this joint, so that bottom is solid. I welded in another hole, and then I did a line right here, and I laid a nice thick weld. And the way that you do that is you keep your heat the same, but you just turn up your wire a little bit. And what that does, makes a nice steady stop so that this doesn't flop all over the place. Reinforce this corner, you know where that popped out. So this is going to be the floor. Just finished grinding down all the welds on the bottom frame. So what I'm going to do is run carriage bolts through the top and then put the nut and washer down on the bottom. I got all 4 adjustable feet, and I buzzed down all the bolts. They were 2.5, they're about 1.5 inches now. Got a little bit of a test to do, see if the welds are good. Other than that, she's done.